Test. Okay, I'm back. Had the computer stuff taken care of. I'm looking for a short up around this 21 area. I'm tempted to kind of leg in here a little bit, but I'm not going to just yet. But that's going to be my spot. Getting closer. Now I'm tempted. If I'm wondering if this is the spot here, this this 18. But I'm gonna hold out. I know it's probably a little too small. So yeah, this is gonna be my area, just a little bit higher. Looks like we might not get there though. Patience, right? Patience. 22, 24. Yeah, we'll kind of watch the 5 minute here. Yeah, call it 21. I'm going to see what we do here. I did have a resting order, but I'm going to see what we do right up around 21, 22. So I like it short there. We'd be looking for continuation of the downside. Now if we come back down here though and then go up, it's a harder trade for me. So ideally we kind of keep pushing, get up there on this move, and then look to reverse down. We are just about 40 seconds away from putting in another 5 minute bar. 5 minute kind of stalling out here. Let's see, half back is right around 24. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's see if we can get cooking here a little bit. So let's see, yeah, half back. Halfback's right at 24. Ran some stops there, looks like on that bar. All right, we've got that 5 minute bar. Market just stalling out here a bit. On this, as far as where I'm wrong, I'd be wrong if we got above. If I shorted at 23, I'd be wrong if we got above here and held it. Well, let's see if the party resumes to the downside. We've got to ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do? And is it doing a good job? The market was trying to go lower earlier. Now it's just kind of holding its own right around the mid-teens here. And again, as I mentioned, this mid-teens level, 15, that was an area that I had for a target the other day, thinking if when we were in this area, thinking if we did push lower, that 25 was one of my targets, and then the mid-teens, 17 to 15 was another target, just right in this area here. And here we are right at that level. Watching the 15-minute bar, we have kind of stalled out here a bit. All right, this could be the push that we need. This could be it. Let's see if we get it. We got one more minute until this 5-minute bar wraps up. All right, we're getting close. Pretty close here, almost in the short. I want to leg in here a little bit, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of room. Okay, we're almost in. I'm going to leg in just a little bit. All right, there we go. I've legged in a little bit. First target's going to be this 12 area here. So I'm short right at this 20. First target's going to be this 12. I'm going to take a little bit off right here. So I'm out of a quarter of my position right here. Boy, this thing's still just running so slow. I don't know what the deal is. On the 5 minute, I'm looking for continuation. Getting out of a little bit more right here. I'm still holding just over half my position. I'd love to see a kind of a flush. The downside would be great if on the 15 minute came down, hung out, and then get another push lower. Don't know if we're going to get it though. 15 on the NASDAQ looks good, looks weak. Let me see if that'll pull up quickly. It'd be nice if it did. Come on, NASDAQ. So here's the 15. So we had this push lower, hanging out here. Ideally, we see it get below this support, move lower. But I'm mindful of this support here. So even though if we erased all this, got rid of this, to me this looks weak that it came down here and it's lower. But we're really kind of in the same predicament that we were just the other day, where we've got resistance above, but then we've got a lot of support from Friday and Monday that we put in here, and we're just kind of trying to get below the lows of the day yesterday on the NASDAQ. So this will be something that I'm mindful of and watching over here. And we'll see if the E-mini can follow suit. All right, I'm going to scale out of a little bit more right here. So I'm out of half of my position. NASDAQ putting new lows, that's looking good. Yep, NASDAQ looking heavy, so that could bring us lower. Need to get below this, sorry, it's probably real small. Need to get down into here. Taking off another little piece right here. And now I've got just under half of my original position on. We'll watch for a bounce. I don't like it if it gets above pretty much where my entry was. So this was nice. We didn't take any heat on it. I'm going to move my break even, or my stop loss, to pretty much to break even. All right, now we'll let it ride and see if we can get just a nice cascade lower. NASDAQ's looking good, like it's going to pull us lower. Let's see, for a target on the E-mini. What do we got here? I don't know. Okay, putting in new lows of the day. Watching the NAS. Trying to stay patient with this one, give it some room. Give it some room to move. I'm going to scale out close to 4,400. Nasdaq still looking weak, pulling us lower. Going down, it's just not doing it quick. I'm going to scale out just a little bit right here. All right, I'm in a quarter of my original position. Stop is still going to be this 20 area. It's right at our entry. I will move it lower, especially if we just cascade lower here. Let me pull up the 5-minute. Here's the 5. So hitting a little bit of support here, at least for now. Let me pull up the NASDAQ. All right, let's see this one. Stalling out here so far. Let's see if NASDAQ got to half back. What did it do? Almost got there. Yeah, that's close. All right, the sellers don't seem too heavy-handed just yet. That could change. So that last trade that I did, I call that one halfback VWAP confluence. Reason being is that we were halfback here, close to halfback. Halfback was 24. Well, it's actually, yeah, looks like 24 quarter. Again, I mentioned here that I was legging in. If we got a little bit higher, I would have added some more. I was watching NASDAQ too, and NASDAQ did get a lot closer. It probably got within a few, maybe 10 points of being half back. And then we had the VWAP, the volume weighted average point of control, or volume weighted average price. And on the E-mini, we got really close to VWAP. We did the almost exact same on NASDAQ. So let's go over here. So I'm still in this one, hoping it moves a little bit lower. What was that, 5? Okay, this is it. So this is the E-mini with the VWAP. So the trade was looking for it to come to half back, which half back was around this area here. And looking for the VWAP as resistance, short it up in here, and then look for a continuation downward. My scale outs on this were probably a little bit premature, as NASDAQ was showing confluence as well. So usually on this one, I like it when there's confluence. When I'm looking at NASDAQ and it's showing weakness too, which it was. I probably should have pulled up VWAP on NASDAQ because that would have been a little bit more telling. All right, we're coming up to that other scaling area, that 4,400, which I mentioned earlier, or scale out area rather, getting closer to it. Let me change screens here. All right, so we're gonna leave that there. And yeah, same thing. With market's just not in a hurry to go anywhere right here. I wonder if it's bumping up against some resistance from Monday. Let's see. So let's try to recall what we were dealing with Monday. Monday, we're trying to shake through all the crap from Friday. All right, I just scaled out of a little bit more, and I'm in just 10% of my original position. Didn't quite make it down to 4,400. We may, but the market's just kind of stalling out here. So again, we ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do, and is it doing a good job? A lot of support in here. However, the market's heavy enough. I feel like it doesn't have a lot of. Just feel like, where's it going to go regarding going to the upside? Yeah, we'll have to give it some time. Nasdaq's still on the lows of the day. Let me pull up the Nasdaq. Still low. $9.30. We're an hour in. Let's see where Nasdaq goes to. Yeah, so even though it's stalling here, I'm not looking to get long. I could be dead wrong. Let's see. Let's see now. Let's see what we're looking at. Halfback still there. All right, 19. It's good to know. I usually don't trade much with Fibonacci. I've got a few setups, like two, that I use, one of which was today, the halfback, but just looking for close to a halfback retracement. And then there's another one, usually on a big trend day, I'll look for a capitulation area using fib. But I like to pull it up every now and then for a point of reference. All right, so we scaled out of the last little bit down at 45. The market was slowing up, and I thought it might be kind of taking a break, wanting to regroup and push a little bit higher. I'm just holding a tenth of the original position, and its stop out is right above this area. It's one of those days where I might just, I'll keep it there, but I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's pretty frustrating when you've got something in, the market runs, stops, and then just comes right back down and continues on. But 5 minute, looking a little bit messy right now. 15 minutes looking okay. It would be surprising to me if we got all the way back up to this 19. And if we can get above it, something's definitely changed as far as the dynamics in the market. We're pretty new with this candle yet. We're only 3 minutes in. And NASDAQ's still looking, still looking pretty weak. So let's keep an eye on stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, that was a great confluence trade, that one with the NASDAQ. Let's see. That was where it was at. Where'd it come down to? Yeah, NASDAQ was the telling one on that. Oops. Let's look here, NASDAQ. Yep, so we got real close to half back here on NASDAQ. Close to VWAP as well. And then had a nice push lower. So NASDAQ, it behaved a little bit more in line with what I was looking for in the ES. Oh, I've been sneezing this morning. Let's see here. All right. Well, let's see if we just grind lower. So we're below Friday's close. Close is right around 12 or 13, so right around here. So today, let's see. Let me go over this screen. Let's look at the daily. Move this over. Know where you're right and wrong, right? Always. But looking at the chart here, let me expand it quite a bit. This big down day was Friday, right? Monday we had a bounce. We're getting held up here. There's definitely support in this area, but I feel like, and I could be dead wrong. You always got to remind yourself of that. But the market's probably, we're not excited about pushing up from here. And I feel like we could get lower and have some nice continuation further down. Again, could be inaccurate, might not be the case, but I'm going to hold on to this one and see if there's any telling signs as to what might happen. I'm out of most of my position. I'm just holding a 10th, so not holding too much right now. It's good in the process to pay yourself. When a trade works out in your favor, you want to take some off the table. You want to take some profits for sure. Let me close that out. Okay, that's a NASDAQ. Let me do that. So right now we're just meandering, hanging out. Not much going on. Wish I would have caught that early morning, the pre-market trade. That was the setup. Alright, let's look at this. So we're continuing to remain below the VWAP. Here's half back, here's VWAP. Market not too enthusiastic about going anywhere quickly. It's one of those days where it just, I feel like its back is up against the wall. let's see, we're 2.5 minutes away from the other 15-minute bar closing. 5 minute, still just kind of hanging out. Not a whole bunch going on here. The question is, the guys who are shorting it, where are they getting short? I wonder if it's right around here. All right. Still holding a small piece of that original trade where we got short right around 20. Excuse me. I was tempted to enter here and just have a real tight stop just in case we fall apart. We just entered a new 5-minute candle, and it looks like we might get some more continuation. Let's see. NASDAQ putting in new lows right now. Looks like Emini is soon to follow. Oh, not just yet. Okay. There we go. There's the head fake. All right, let's see how high we can take this thing up now. This will be interesting. I've got my stop right about, it's not right at the high, but it's right about here. This will be kind of neat to see what happens. So all the guys who got short, they're getting squeezed here. Definitely some larger time frame players entering the market now. Could be some big hedge funds, money managers. So today's a day where, with it trending, you're going to see active involvement from short-term scalpers, medium-term players, and then longer-term players as well. So some big orders were probably just put in. Whether they were long or short, that's the $1,000,000 question. Got kind of a doji on this 5 minute. Now we've got another 2 minutes to go on the 5 minute. But for me, it makes it a little bit harder to decipher what's likely to happen. So NASDAQ put in that low and then had a pretty good pop off of it. 50-point pop in a matter of seconds. Similar to the S&P. Let's see if we can continue pushing lower. 9:48, minute and a half until the 15-minute bar closes up. Sorry that the commentary is lacking. I'm just watching the market, trying to figure out what it might want to do. The question is, if we get lower, where do we go? I've got one target at 43.80. So it'll be down here. Let me put a little line right there. We'll make that one yellow. I'll make it yellow so it stands out. All right, that's one target. I've got another target at 43.64. Put that one down here. Make that one pink. There we go. All right, but that's quite a ways away. So we'll hang out and just watch it from here for right now. Still looking weak. We had this push up, ran some shorts, or hit some stops. Definitely on the NASDAQ because it took out lows. On the ES, we didn't take out lows, but all the guys who shorted up here, like I just mentioned, thinking about going short right here with the stop right above here, looks like they hit those stops and came right back down to where it was. I'm tempted to want to go short here again. But I'm still in a little bit of this position, so we're just going to hold tight and let it see if it can run. Looking kind of weak. All right. Well, so not much has happened here. Um, Market hasn't put in a new low. Looking a little bit strong, and we'll talk about when what should happen doesn't. So really what probably should have happened there and on the NASDAQ is that it goes lower. We'll see if we can get above 10 and hold it here. I'm not really looking to do anything just yet. I'm still in my short position from earlier. Small scale. NASDAQ came lower. We're 8 minutes away from a new bar in the 15-minute. But the market's heavy. Again, it's just a day where buyers step in, but I feel like they don't have a good spot to take it to. I could be wrong. It's happened before. I can't recall when, but it's happened. I know. I think it has. I think it's happened. See if I can see what's going on here with NASDAQ. All right, we're above 10. Not a big deal, though. Here's our halfback area. Halfbacks just a pinch above this yellow line. Okay, VWAP's moving lower. Not as clear cut now. Not to me, at least. See if we can get above that little spike. I don't know. So we're above this 10 level. Trying to get above this spike right here. Almost 10 o'clock. Looking for another 15-minute bar to close out. Okay, we got a minute and a half until the 15-minute bar closes. This will be interesting, in my opinion, to see what's going on here at 15. See if we get above it. All right, we're 20 seconds away from the 15-minute bar closing. Nasdaq's put in a little doji. S&P a little bit higher than where it opened at. I don't have any main idea yet. I want to short it again, but this is not the area for me. If I miss it, I miss it. 10 o'clock. All right, new 15-minute bar. Still looking to half back. Looks like it's right around that 21 level now. Pull up VWAP. I'm sure it's moved. Yeah, VWAP's pretty close. VWAP's now about 417. So it's a bit lower. Got our half back area here. NQ halfback is quite a ways higher. Trying to take out this spike. Haven't been able to do it just yet. Where do the sellers step in? That, in my mind, is the million-dollar question. Where do they step in? Do they step in? Or do they get to step in? All right, just over a minute left until we put in another 5-minute bar. We are only about 3.5 minutes into the new 15-minute bar right here. Just stuck here in no man's land. Here's Friday's price action. 9.50. That's a big move. Yeah. Wow. Big move Friday. All right, let's see if we can continue lower. I don't know just yet. I don't have an opinion or a strong directional bias in the short term. Longer term for the day, I feel like it's lower. But right now, I'm not adding to any position. We are trending lower for the day. But we're held up here with a little bit of congestion. Gold still just moving higher. Here's our spike on NASDAQ. All right, starting to move a little bit here, taking out that level. I've got to stop in for 1/10 of that original position right here around 20. I might re-enter if we get up here on the 1 minute. Might re-enter around this 23, 24 level. That would be our half back. So in my opinion, we've come down, got a good amount of resistance here. Obviously I have support here or we wouldn't be bouncing, kind of slowing down. If the market gets up here, I feel like it could run out of steam up in 20, call it 23. We've got just 6 more minutes left on the 15-minute bars. Looking longer term trend for the day. I'm looking for a continuation of the downside. I'm going to step away for a minute. Back. Let's see where we're at. All right, hour and 6 into the recording. Let's see where we're at here. I've got my stop up above for that last piece. I may re-enter a short though. Got a ways until we hit half back on NASDAQ. Getting close. We've got a minute and a half on the 15-minute bar to go. 5-minute candle strengthening. I don't love my stop placement on the ES for that last piece. It's right about here. I feel like that'll get taken out. I'm tempted to just let it be, but I'm just going to keep it in place and then look to maybe re-enter if we get a bit higher. I just removed my stop. I'm gonna take it out. Now granted, that was for just 10% of the last little bit. You know, I'll put it back in. There we go. We won't mess around. We'll just leave it at break even. It got close to break even there for us. Just missed it by a few ticks. This way, if it runs a bit higher, I can always re-enter at a higher price. Okay, we've got just 10 seconds left on the 15-minute bar. Again, we're asking ourselves, what is the market trying to do? And is it doing a good job? Coming up here on 10:15. NASDAQ coming up quite a ways from its halfback retracement. ES is right at VWAP, just a little bit over VWAP, and not quite to its halfback either. So in my mind, I'm wondering if this is the spot where we stall out. I'm thinking some traders could enter a short here and hold a really tight stop just against this 21, and then obviously re-enter if we get a bit higher up. I'm not short yet. I'm still holding that position, the 10th of my original. Got my stop out right at 20, 44.20, which is just a few points above us. Watching the 5-minute and the 15 to see if we can glean any insight as far as what the market might be wanting to do. Not sure just yet. Let me pull up a chart of the NASDAQ. All right, just looking at the daily on the NASDAQ. Okay, the question is, do we hold this 20 or do we stay under it? That, in my mind, is the question. And then we just continue the downtrend lower. Let's see. The market will tell us. Okay, I'm stopped out of that last 10th. No big. That was my runner. That was my runner. Let's see here what we're going to do now. Let's see. I might re-enter somewhere around here. Alright, I'm going to start scaling in here just a little bit. And real small. Watching the 1 minute. All right, we ran some stops here. I'm watching this area. I'm in pretty small. Got pretty close to half back here. Now we are above VWAP, so that's not great in my opinion. We're above it. I don't like that. I like when halfback and VWAP are pretty close to the same spot here. NASDAQ hadn't made it up to halfback. We're stalling here. I'll scale in a little bit more if we get a bit higher up. I'm going to buy a quarter of it. So I'm still in 3/4 of that original position. Watching the 15-minute here. If we can get a bit lower down into here, I'll take a little bit off and then just keep my stop at the this short-term high right here. All right, we've got another 8 minutes to go on the 15-minute bar. NASDAQ had a good pop up, as did the S&P. Still may not be done. We still might be looking for higher ground. I have had a bias to the short side most of the day. I might try to add a little bit more up here. Thinking that the 15-minute could be finding some resistance in this area, 23, 24. And if this one works out in my favor, I'm gonna let it be, just let it run. That'll be it for me for the day. Coming up on 10:30. It's usually my quitting time. I'm watching NASDAQ. Always keeping an eye on it. This would be a great example of running out some stops right here and then continuing lower. We've got just over 5 minutes left on the 15-minute. Kind of slow and boring. Let's see what this 15-minute candle can do, what it'll look like here. 4 more minutes to go with it. Three more minutes on that 15-minute candle. Half back on ES is 24. Oh, half back on NASDAQ is right around 14,415. So we're close to those areas. I got in a small amount here, scaled out a quarter here, still holding some of it. I'll consider adding up around here. All right, watching this 15-minute candle, we've got just over 2 minutes left. NASDAQ 15-minute candle's looking pretty strong. It is bumping up against some resistance though. I'm looking to sell a little bit more if we get higher on the E-mini, which looks like well, you never know. Let's see here. Waiting to see where the sellers step in. Okay, just a minute and a half on the 15-minute candle. NASDAQ almost made it to half back. ES is pretty close to half back as well. We are right at VWAP, just above it. So we'll ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do, and is it doing a good job? Okay, 1 more minute left. See if we can push a little bit higher. We're trying, we just can't do it yet. I wonder if we're waiting for a new 15-minute candle. All right, 30 seconds left to go on that one. 5-minute candle showing some strength too. I thought about adding some more, but I did not. I would like to see this get below this 15 level rather soon. All right, new 15-minute candle. Let's see here. I'm not going to add here. I'm tempted to, but I'm just going to let it be. Although if I did, I think this 20 would be the area where I could have as my spot. So watching 15, see if we get below that. Five-minute just been grinding higher since, man, 9:50. So the past 45 minutes, it's just been grinding higher and higher and higher. 1 minute kind of shows the same thing here, just slow trudge upward. Market kind of indecisive here. So if we get above here, I gotta ask myself, what's the next target? If we're above 20, 21, next target would probably be this 26 area, 27. All right, looking for a move below this 15 area. Needing to get down into 10 or 11 down here. It's going to be my next target, or that is my next target rather. All right, let's see if we can push it down. NASDAQ still hasn't put in a lower low than the previous 15-minute bar. Same with ES. It looks pretty similar to this. Let me blow this up a bit. Oh, that's kind of ugly like that. So looking forward to take out this level right here. That'd be nice. Maybe get down into this. Let's see if we can get some continuation here. Can't quite get it just yet. It's trying. This one's taking a little bit more patience. I've got to ask myself too, like, what's the time frame, right? How quickly am I supposing that this trade will work? How quickly am I looking for it to work, to go in my direction? Right, I'd like to see NASDAQ take out the low on the 15-minute. Same with ES. It hasn't done it just yet. I'm going to put the remaining stop at that recent high, the remaining piece that I have. So I got out of a quarter of my position here at 17. I've got a stop now above this, that like 21.5 for the rest of what I'm holding. It pays to pay yourself when a trade's working out in your favor. It was helpful even on this one that, I mean, my position or the entry point was good. Didn't take any heat on it. Was short right here at 21. Took a quarter of the position off here at 17 half, and wanted to see, was hoping this bar would give me follow through down to 10. Didn't get that. So now on this, it's kind of floundering, meandering around, hanging out, not really acting, not acting horribly, but just taking a little bit longer than I suspected it would. So, and the 5-minute bar, in my opinion, it's kind of ugly looking at the 5-minute bars. This is a great entry though if it does continue to do what I'm thinking it's going to do for the rest of today, and that would just be sell off. So I like the entry point. And again, if it comes up here and takes me out, if I see something else, just like we did over here, I got stopped out right here, I can always re-enter and get just right back in. So NASDAQ trying to push lower again. Same with the E-mini, trying to get lower. 15-minute bar though, looks similar on the NASDAQ, isn't quite below this 15-minute. It's getting closer though. So let's see now if we can get down into 10 and 11 down here. That would be what we're looking for. All right, both indices are close. They're close to taking out that 15-minute level on the 15-minute bar, that is. Don't know what we got going on here. A little bit of a downward slope here. 5-minute, let's look at this. Still just kind of meh, you know, just kind of hanging out. Not great. So this 11, that's our next target. At that point, I would take off another quarter, so it would just leave me in half of my position. Looking for it to run. If it does. All right, let's see here. Whoa. All right. we're getting close to hitting that level. See if we can do it. NASDAQ pulled in a bit, came lower. Once we do, if we do, so right now I've got my stop on everything right at this high right up here. Looking to push a little bit lower, trying to take some off here. I think I'll exit right here. Okay, so I'm out of a quarter of the position now. I'm sorry, another quarter. Now I'm just holding half of my original position, and it's going to be against this level here at that 21. I'll put it right at that high. And we're just going to let this run for the rest of the day. See if it gives us something nice. See if we can get a little treat from it, a little Scooby snack. And where's that level at? Right here? Yeah, right there. Okay. Alrighty. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for me for today. It's 10:40, so I should be out of here pretty soon. Still watching the 15-minute here. Let's do just a quick little recap. This will be for me just to confirm what I think I'm seeing. So we had that, let's see, had that push early morning to the downside, got kind of held up here by support. And it's no wonder that we did. We had a lot of business take place here late in the day Friday and then Monday as well. Came up, got close to half back, really close. Let's see where it was. Excuse me. I think half back was 24. Oh, no, at that point we were right at half back. Half back was 21.5. So we got up to there. VWAP, I know, was a little bit below that. NASDAQ got close to its half back, didn't hit it. So now we'll just look for continuation down. Probability of this working out, I have no idea. I'm pleased with my entry points here. They were close enough. Both trades really didn't take much heat on. So scaled out a little early here at 17. Then again, right at 13. I was wanting to hold till 11. And now I've got stop loss for the remaining half of the trade right here, just a few points above, or just a few ticks above entry where we got in. So I'm pleased with the risk on that one, risk to reward for sure. And then the NASDAQ is looking similar. Let's look at it. MNQ real quick. So same with NASDAQ, push lower, came down into some support here. Came up higher. I had this yellow area labeled as the halfback. Halfback truly was more right up around here, but I saw these wicks here and thought that that'd be a good area. So we got close to it, almost came up to it, and then failed. So the thought would be is that we kind of floundered here and fumbled because of all of the time we spent there on Monday and Friday, but I feel like there's at least some probability, some likelihood that we can push lower and just continue on for the day. So that's what I'll hold half of that small position for in hopes to see that happen. All right. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow.